Have you ever felt like you're not good enough? Like your weaknesses are holding you back from the life God called you to? Guess what? God didn't make a mistake when He made you. Your strengths, your unique gifts, are what He wants you to use for His glory. Stick with me for the next few minutes and discover how to maximize those gifts that God has placed within you. Hello, friends. If you're new here to the channel, we talk about faith, purpose, and living boldly for Christ. I'm Lisa Starr, and today we're Today we are diving deeper into something that every believer wonders. Why focusing on your God-given gifts will transform your life. I'm sure you've wondered that, haven't you? Ephesians 2:10 tells us that we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Think about that for a second. God prepared amazing works for you. But there's the key. Those works were aligned with the unique strengths He's given you. So instead of trying to be someone else or focusing on what you're not good at, what has God made me good at? Think about where you are good, where you have the strengths. Hopefully you did the exercises that I recommended in the last video of first taking a 5-minute free write of what you're not good at and then burning that and taking a 5-minute free write of what you are good at, or your strengths or things that God has blessed you with specifically. Sometimes when we think about our strengths, we don't realize they're strengths until someone else says, "Oh, you can do that?" And you may think, "I thought everybody could do that." Those are your God-given talents. If there are things that somebody has told you, "Well, I thought everybody could do that." "Yeah, I can do that, but I thought everybody could do that." No, not everybody can do what you can do in the way that you can do it. Sometimes we don't see our strengths because we're so focused on our flaws. It's so easy to focus. "Well, but I'm not good at that like that person is. I'm not as good at that as this person is." Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are as good at someone else or if you are not good at something like someone is. Where are you good? Where do you excel? Do you know a lot? Or do you just have natural gifts for? That's what I'm talking about. The Bible encourages us to focus on what is true, noble, and praiseworthy, as we talk about in Philippians 4:8. That is your strength. Take time in prayer and reflection to identify where you're naturally good, what strengths you have. Maybe you're an encourager, a leader, amazing at bringing people together. That's one of my strengths. Whatever it isn't an accident. It's God's design. Once you focus on those strengths, the next step is to use them. As we know in the story, the parable of the talents, God expects us to use those talents. And in this story, the talents are talking about money, which could be the case as well. But I believe the story was actually talking about talents that we can develop in our lives to glorify God. Whether you're serving in ministry, at work, or even in your community, when you focus on your strengths, you're bringing the best version of yourself to the table. That's the version God intended. I want to challenge you today, this week, take some time to sit with God and ask Him to reveal your strengths if you don't already know them. If you can't figure them out for yourself, then start looking for ways to use those strengths to serve others and advance His kingdom. When you step into the gifts that God has given you, you'll experience a new level of purpose and fulfillment. If this message spoke to you, be sure to like it and share it with someone who you think it could also benefit. Feel free to subscribe to the channel for more faith-based encouragement, and leave a comment below. What strengths has God revealed to you? Or what are strengths that you didn't know were strengths of yours, but you realized they were, either by talking to God, figuring out for yourself, or talking to a friend or family member? Until next time, keep living boldly in the strengths that God has given you. And God bless.